I'm Lindy Hollenbeck, and welcome to Women Taking on Sports, where we talk all things female sports, from athletes, coaches, to even women working in the industry. And today, we are lucky enough to be joined by two players of the women's CFC soccer team. Welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
You are so welcome. So we have Caroline Johnson here. And what position do you play for CFC?
I am a goalkeeper.
Okay. And we also have Kaylee Burrell.
Yes.
And what position do you play?
I'm a forward.
Oh, okay. So let's talk a little bit about your soccer journey. How did the two of you end up playing for CFC?
I'll go first because I think mine's a little bit longer. But when I was younger, I'm from the Chattanooga area, so I actually grew up in the CFC Academy playing like on the younger teams and club teams. So I went all through that, and then last year, actually, when they brought the women's team, and I was old enough to actually play on that team, I just wanted to try outs because it was local and I was excited for like a WPSL team. So wanted to try outs and it worked out. And then, came back this year.
Okay. What about you?
For me, so Randy actually was a head coach for another team in my conference in college. So he had watched me play for 4 years. When he got the job, he called me and he was like, hey, kind of a long shot. Like, I know you're done, but do you want to play? And I was like, yeah.
Well, why not? Here. Well, how did it feel being a part of relaunching this program?
It was really exciting, especially like I said, I'm from Chattanooga, so I was excited to have a women's team presented here, and to be able to like be a part of that and grow the community through it was exciting to me.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree with Kaylee. Like, I didn't really know anything about it before, so it's exciting to come into it like not knowing what to expect, and then to have just the fans and like the amount of support that we had just restarting.
So are you from Chattanooga?
I'm not.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Augusta, Georgia.
Okay, what brought you to Chattanooga? The team?
Yep, just the team.
Okay. And did you go to high school around here?
Yeah, so I'm from like actually right over the Georgia line. I went to Dade County High School.
Okay, and I'm assuming you both played soccer in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, were you a goalkeeper and a forward?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You mind to come sit over here? I just like kept seeing her in there and I was like, maybe. Okay, so I understand you ladies had a very impressive home opener last weekend. So you were down 2-0 pretty much the entire game. And correct me if I'm wrong, but in the last minute of the game, Kaylee here came in and tied the game. Let's talk about that.
Are super close to being right. In the last 10 minutes, I scored the first one, and then my teammate Kristan actually scored the second one to tie it.
Okay.
But it was the last 10 minutes that we like came back to tie it at all. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So was that a challenging game, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it was tough. They're definitely probably the toughest opponent within our division or like league group that we're in. So we came into it knowing it was going to be a super tough competition, but we were excited.
They were pretty aggressive. Is that correct?
They were like that last year too. And then I think it was a little more intimidating because it was raining. We're like, great, now it's raining and we're playing the hardest team. But, you know, we came back and it was really exciting. It was almost better to have that comeback.
Exactly. Once again, we are hanging with two of the players from CFC Women's Soccer. We have Caroline Johnson and we also have Kaylee Burrell here with us. So, ladies, talk a little bit about your game tomorrow. What can we expect from that?
We're playing Birmingham tomorrow. I think it's a doubleheader, so we're expecting a pretty good crowd, which is exciting because people are going to come early for the guys game, come to see us and like stick around for the guys game, which is awesome because then we can do that as well. And we don't get to see each other that much play because we're always either like we're home their way or vice versa. So that's exciting. We're expecting a good crowd, but I think it'll be a good game, especially coming off the momentum from last week's tie.
Yes, I'm sure everyone's excited about that. Well, do you usually have games back to back with the boys? No.
I think we only have 2 doubleheaders this season.
Okay.
So.
And I'm sure that will bring people who usually are used to just watching the men's team. So then that way they'll be able to get a taste of the women's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm curious if you all feel a little sense of pride playing your sport.
Oh, I definitely take pride in it for sure.
Definitely.
Why do you think it's important to highlight women in sports?
I just think they're usually like kind of tossed aside or overlooked when there's a lot of talent and a lot of like cool opportunities for women in sport. And the impact that they can have that's just like overlooked, and the way that Chattanooga really draws attention to our team, I think it's awesome.
Yes. Do you feel that you get the same recognition as the men's team?
I do, which I think is pretty cool, especially us only being WPSL, like the media team, the like outreach to the fans, the Chattahooligans, like everyone treats us pretty much the exact same, which is awesome.
Yeah, and I do have to give props to our media team too. They do a really good job of like highlighting our games and, you know, really putting us out there for the community to see that like we're playing and we're doing well and like coming out to support.
Yes. Shout out to the media team, because I was just watching some clips of your game last week and I was getting goosebumps. I was like, yes, you go, girl. That was impressive. So yeah, they really do seem to shine a light and show, these women are here and they mean business.
Yeah, there was no avoiding like the outcome of last week. Like it was posted on every platform and really emphasized. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Kaylee? Kaylee was all over it.
Well, I mean, being a forward, you kind of have to be.
Yeah, you do get kind of put in the spotlight, I guess, more, but.
Well, if you're the main person putting points on the board, then you're just kind of in that position naturally.
Yeah, not to undersell Caroline, who's
players here with us, preventing the scores and putting the scores on the board. So that kind of leads into my next question. I'm curious, what are some of the biggest challenges that you all face playing your key positions?
You want to start or you want me to start?
You can take it.
I think for me, it's physically pretty taxing. Like just as a goalkeeper, like diving, all my goalkeepers will know. Field players, it's kind of hard to understand. But in that and just like mentally staying in it, like even when you get scored on, because it's so easy to just like drop your head and be like, oh, I'm getting scored on again. And then you just have to stay in it because you have to be there for your team. And I feel like as a goalkeeper, they look to you for that like momentum and like the mood boost. And if you're hanging your head, it kind of just like spreads to the whole team. So I think mentally you have to be really strong to play and just let things go. And, like next play, next ball, next save.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I would say the part mentally for my position, at least for me, is probably putting the expectation on myself, because if you're going to win, you have to score. If you score, that's usually coming from us. So I'm like, feel the pressure. If we don't score, I'm like, that's on me. That's like my position. I need to be doing that. So I would say that's the more like mentally challenging part. And then additionally, just coming in with so many new players this year, like learning their runs, how to like work with them dynamically. And then with substitutions, like every player is different. So just like learning to have those different dynamics with all of your teammates and how you can best work with them.
Exactly. And with that being said, almost goes hand in hand. What are some of the biggest rewards that you all have with your positions?
Well, I mean, mine's kind of easier when you score, like everyone, like it's really exciting, really celebratory. The whole team comes together. So that's really rewarding, but also like setting up your teammates for success is really exciting. So when you get that assist or you like play the ball through that leads to a goal, that's super satisfying to see your team be able to finish that.
Yeah, I'd say for me, obviously like making the big save. In some games, you don't really have that opportunity. Some games your team has good possession, but to me, that's also really rewarding to see that like we can possess and we can play out of the back. And it doesn't always have to be like a massive save or anything crazy. Like it can be just me getting the ball, switching the field. Now we're on the attack. Like it's little things that you find rewarding as a goalkeeper because you don't always get to make those big saves, like highlight reel type saves.
Have you always played goalie?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's kind of intimidating.
Sometimes.
And in my mind, I envision like a goalkeeper as someone that's like almost 6 foot, some big stocky chick, and you're not. So
yeah.
How does that work out for you?
I mean, I played 3 sports growing up, so I feel like I was just always like pretty athletic, and like they all helped me. Now, like I used to play basketball, and I feel like that still plays into how I play, even though I haven't played since high school. So really just like staying involved in sports just kept me, able to like really work on my, hand-eye coordination and all of that.
And I'm sure that forward was always your go-to position.
Yeah, I actually like really made me respect Caroline a lot more. Or my college team actually didn't have it in there, and I gained a lot of respect for Caroline. It is not easy.
It's not for everyone. Put it that way. I don't think
not.
everyone can just throw themselves in front of the ball.
Very intimidating.
Yes. Yeah. Huge intimidation there. But so I know you just mentioned college. So you played for Grace.
Yes.
Is that correct?
I played my first 4 years at Covenant College, and then I took my COVID year and I played at Grace College in Indiana this year.
Okay. Well, talk to us a little bit about winning the NCAA National Championship with Grace in December of last year.
Yeah, that was really exciting. So Grace is an NAI as well as NCCAA, which is the Christian affiliated league. And so we ended up losing out of the NAI tournament in the second round, I think. So we were able to go to that second tournament. And it was really exciting because we had won the previous year, which I wasn't there for. But winning this year again was like really exciting to actually be a part of it and like see all of our work throughout the year like come and play out and us earn that. So it was awesome.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
So was coming to play for CFC your original goal from the beginning?
The first year, yes, I wanted to. I actually thought I was going to be done after this previous season, but like Caroline Randy called me up and was like, hey, do you want to come back out again? And I was like, I would love to not be done with soccer. So yes, I will come back out.
So what were the tryouts like for CFC?
I was not there, so Kaylee's going to take that one.
I was actually still in Indiana, so I was not there as well.
So I'm assuming not anyone can just be a part of the team.
For returners like us, I think some people got the call, and if we were able to come to tryouts, like that was awesome. But understanding that like I was in Indiana, Randy was like we get it. I know
and he
you're still
knows your
playing.
skill set.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to see you again, but you have to try out for the first time originally.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yes.
like our first year we did, or I at least did, try out. And then this year there were open tryouts for new girls who wanted to like make their way onto the team.
Okay. So I do understand that you have a lot of new girls on the team this year.
Yes.
What can we expect from the 2023 squad that you all have?
I think even looking at our last game last year, they way outplayed us. And then this year we were able to like draw a tie with them, which was super exciting. I think her team's a lot stronger, and I'm excited to see us build off of that. I think it'll be a very different season for us.
I agree. I have high expectations for this team. You know, like even in our first practices, it was almost like a world of difference between last year and this year. Just with the skill set and just the confidence that our players have this year. So I definitely think we'll go far.
We also have Juan coming in, who's been helping us from the men's team. He came in to be an assistant coach this year, and
Wonderful.
he's bringing a lot to our practices, which is nice.
So what do you think are going to be some of the biggest changes from last year to this year?
I think tactically we're just like smarter and more capable. I think we're like seeing the field better and connecting with each other better and being able to like make plays and still play freely, but there's more of a strategy behind it than just kind of go out there and do your best.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, I think last year we kind of played like a kick and run game, like playing it over the top and like hoping our fastest players could get to it. And now, you know, like we do have that stronger skill set. I think we can definitely just possess and, you know, just find those gaps like Summer did with Kaylee, find those gaps and just counter on those.
So I know that you all played together for CFC last year.
Yes.
So I'm assuming you probably played with a lot of your teammates.
Yes.
Most are returners, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And I think I lucked out in the back. We have a lot of returners just in the back line, so that's really helpful since we played last year. So we're all like familiar with each other and how we play and, you know, like the best way to communicate with each other. Whereas I know like up top, it's probably a little bit different just because we've brought in a lot of new people. So like you said earlier, just learning their runs and when to play them, everything like that.
I mean, you almost have to start from scratch, getting to know the players, getting to know their strong points and where they're weak and where you need to kind of fill in as a goalkeeper. So, you know, at least you're not starting from scratch completely and you have a lot of returning athletes.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Kaylee, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. And I understand for Grace, in 2022, you played in all 21 games, scored 7 goals, and had 7 assists. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
What can we expect from your games with CFC? Do you think you'll have more of the same results?
I hope to, for sure. I would love to be successful in CFC. But really just whatever the team needs from me. I mean, I would love to score and would love to assist, but if I can help my team do those things as well, even if I'm on like the sideline, just be able to like call them out and like communicate with them like, hey, you've got a man on, you've like this person's making this run. As long as I'm contributing to the overall success, that's the goal, even if it's not specifically me making those big key plays.
Exactly. Well, so if you all weren't playing soccer, what do you think you would be doing?
Good question.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Do you mean like playing a different sport or like completely
Just
like
what
generally?
would you be doing?
Well, I'm still getting my MBA at Grace, so I would be doing that, probably be up there like working throughout the summer. I'm the graduate assistant at Grace, so I kind of help coach the team now, shifted gears into that role. So I think that's kind of the path I'm working down right now.
Yeah, I can say I'd probably be coaching. I was working full time until
for
Randy
you.
called me. So I'd probably be working. I'm going back to get my master's in nursing. So
Good for you.
that's probably what I'll be.
Well, it's
doing.
hard to even think about a life without sports. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was so eager to jump on the opportunity to play again. I was like, oh, yes, I don't want to be done with
me
soccer.
too.
I mean, to think of your soccer career being over, it would just be like just a roadblock.
A tough pill to swallow. For
Exactly.
Sure.
Perfectly put. Well, is there anything else that you would like people to know about the women's CFC team?
I just want you guys to know that we're like here. I know that we've kind of like, we're very new, still starting up, but we're here and we're doing well and we're excited to be in Chattanooga and hope that you guys will continue to support us like you already have so well.
Yeah, I agree. We always we have so much support already, but just to know we are out here, we're better than we were last year. High expectations. I think it would be great to have even more fans come to the games and just be out there and support and just see us do our thing.
Yeah, and speaking of fans, what do you all think of the Chattahooligans?
They're amazing.
Wonderful,
We feed off of their
people.
energy, and their energy is
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
Constant,
Was that a
never
drum
stops.
that they bang on?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they've got
I
drums.
live for it.
They've got flags. They've got cheers. Like they've already pre-planned. It's
Mhm.
awesome.
Does that excitement in the crowds give you all a little bit more of a, momentum on the field?
We definitely feed
Yes.
off of it, and it's awesome because some of them even are able to come to our away games. So
No way.
we have them on the road as
They
well.
are dedicated.
They are the most dedicated
Yes,
fans
they are
I've seen.
super dedicated.
Wow. And that has to be helpful for you all. I mean, some days got to be easier than the next. So to have that momentum and just that constant support, it's just going to give you a little pat on the back, huh?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. We do not want to take it for granted. We are super grateful for them.
Good. Well, let's talk about tomorrow a little bit. So the gates open at 4:30, is that correct?
Our game starts at 4:30.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think they open at 3:30.
Okay. And then the boys are started 7:30 or something like that?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
And what time is your second game?
So the doubleheader is we have one and they have
Okay.
one. So
Yeah.
we're 4:30. They're 7:30.
Okay. All right. What can we expect from that? You're going to be starting. You're going to be in the goal.
That's the
plan.
Yeah.
I think.
They haven't officially set the starting roster, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed
Yeah.
that you all are on the field to
Fingers
start. I
crossed.
have a good feeling you will be there.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, that does it for today. You can say your name again.
I'm Caroline Johnson.
Kaylee Burrell.
And I'm Lundy Hollenbeck. And this has been another episode of Women Taking on Sports here on ESPN Chattanooga 95.3.